And we're live. So, welcome to the Scottish Vape Show, episode number 1. It is called, if I believe right, fuck knows. You should see it in the bottom. And
it's called Fuck Knows, Look Down the Bottom.
Look down the bottom.
Well, you have practiced this, you have practiced well.
Yep, so Skint, would you like to introduce everyone today?
Yes, we have the wonderful, beautiful, fantastic
Keep talking.
bitch of the century. Actually, I can't say that because Bonnie would have my guts for garters. And Jules. We have Gailybops.
Hi
Round of
everybody.
applause.
Hi everybody.
So,
Promise to be on my best behaviour, not.
And we have a. We don't have Vape Mythic.
no,
We don't.
he's a wee bit ill today, so we'll get him back on in a few weeks.
Sick, yeah. So we're going to get him on his own show shortly, soon, hopefully.
Right, what one of you amateurs has not muted your stream?
Me? Maybe? Is it
Oh,
you?
I can hear it. Yeah, it's not me.
Can it be me, mate? Is muted?
I can hear me.
It's fucking me. I'm sorry, laugh, what the fuck? I thought I'd done it in the other bit. Anyway, hi everyone.
Yes. We are not regretting having Gail on at all.
Okay, Nightbot's already having a bit of a cunt, so
Everybody knows that I'm a total technophobe.
Nightbot's ready to take over the stream. So Nightbot needs to go
Yeah,
away.
so this was going to be the Gailybops show anyway, as I said, because nobody knows who Vape Vic is.
My poor wee cherub, he's not waiting.
I know. So, what's everyone vaping on today? Do you want me to start?
Fire away.
So, I'm on the Widowmaker RTA with a little Odin 200 watts at 85 watts with a little bit of...
Can I just say, welcome to the first Scottish Vape Show
Yeah, I know,
in
right?
Scotland, and welcome to Scotland, guys.
I know.
Just put that out there.
We need to give them a rendition of Flower of Scotland or something before the end of this.
Okay, Gail, you can do that.
I'm not doing
Can't
it.
record the thing.
So, we're on...
Maybe, I don't know, I've started on the gin, so you never know how this is going to go.
As long as we don't run over time, we're all fine.
Sorry, Michael, carry on, mate.
Volume is very low. Whose volume? If volume's low, I'll bump up whatever's needed. And I'll blast your ears. So we're on today the Odin 200 watt with the Widowmaker. A wee bit of Captain Cooked by the Brave Rose. McMahon 80 watt, McMahon 80 watt mod, and a single recurve with a little bit of Vic's favourite, black wine. And that's me today.
Can it be a bit of Rochford project?
Indeed we can. And Gail, would you like to go next?
I'm on stuff and things. Because I like being awkward. Right, okay, I'm old school, I'm on the G-Box with the radar. And in that I have, what do I have that? It's a Peaky Licorice Rocky. It's like a kind of a strawberry, kiwi, melon. It's got a wee bit of vanilla in it. It's actually quite nice. And I'm also on my Checkmate Crown 4 with the Asgard Mini Dripper, and in that I'm on Dark Stars Lemon Tart.
Very nice.
As always, I have a lemon on the go. So
I mean, you know, when I go on live shows and I watch live shows, I've always got these fancy juices, and I've always got skimmed fish water.
no, it's not. I like. Listen, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with eating what you like. Do you know what I mean?
It's my own juice. Although
Normally we vape a lot of Stevie's. Stevie does a lot of our juices, but because they've been moving, everything's been packed up, obviously. Suzanne started kind of ordering from Daxtar again because of the lockdown, so we've just been mixing up our own and making that.
I did get some juice sent to me though by Jack Rabbits.
Very nice.
Nice. Yes, I'm on the gym. You're all fucked. Cheers, Shane.
What am I doing? The legend with this, which is a lovely clone of the Dead Rabbit. Look at that drip tip. Mr. Kentucky Bill, check that shit out, sir. Check that shit out. I love that
At least
drip
it's
tip.
not Bishop Plastic.
I love that.
Nice.
Why can I hear us back? Have you still got that one, Gil?
No, I'm muted. It's not my fault this time.
Oh, it's me! It's me! It is, because I've got it. Oh,
Here's one we did earlier.
it's me. Ah, dear.
Here's my bitch. Hi,
Right.
my bitch.
Perfect. That was very confusing. I kept hearing myself back.
Basically.
I have the Wasp
Oh,
Nano.
for fuck's
Recommended.
sake, seriously.
Recommended by Levi.
Can't cope.
But why is it gold?
Because it's only one nerd.
Oh, is it? Alright, I got the stainless steel one.
Mouth too long, by the way. I don't know.
No?
It's a one whole mouth long. That's all you need. Anything
I went
else?
back to mouth on for a while, but I couldn't do it.
I've never done it. That's my first. And I think I've got my top side somewhere. I don't know. That's it. Well prepared. Top side. Jump.
Yeah,
With three
top
buttons.
side, but it's too big, I can't hold it.
Oh, you want to see? Have you seen that hadron? The hadron with the backpack.
I've got no chance.
I love that.
No chance. I've got tiny hands, I can't even hold a single top side.
Oh, I'd have it anytime. I love it.
I tried to steal Jules and then realised it was too big for me.
I'm buying that little wee topside light. It's that wee cushy plastic one.
Not a bad mod.
Do you
That's,
want to say hi to the chatters?
As long as you don't get the brown one that looks like pish that's gathered from catheter bags, then that's alright.
I'll try and go through all of chat. So we have Seamus and it's Star and Above the Clouds. Then Mr. Skint. Then Kentucky Bill. We've got Gav. We've got Ryan. And then we have, who have I missed? We have Gail. Hi Gail.
Hi.
And then,
Thank you.
and then we have Stuart Archie. Hello. And let's see who else we've missed. We have Noel. We have Mark H. Hi Mark H. And we have Village as well. Shane, we have Shane as well. And then we have Sainty's in as well. Net Reality, so we have Graham. Jesus, chat's big. We have Robbie F. We have the Posh Telegraph as well. Mike's Max. Hi Mike. We have Bunny. Hi Bunny.
Bunny.
Hi, bitch.
Then we have Mick from the Late Night Vape Show. Hi Mick.
Hi, Matt. How you doing, darling?
Then we have Above the Clouds. I think I've already mentioned him as well. We have Mr. Blazing Vapes.
He's in.
We have John O'Connell. We have the Vaping Scotsman.
Hey, Graham.
We have Nightbot, but I told Nightbot to fuck off. Basic Liquid.
Levi, you're quiet compared to Skint and Gaily.
Am I?
Well, that wouldn't be hard because I'm a gobshite and you'll know that anyway.
Right, I've turned the mic up now. And we have JP and UK Andy, and we have Garrett in as well. And we have Erin Whitelaw. Hello. And we have DE and Alan finally. So that's all of chat tonight. So
Hi, everybody. DE Vic's not on tonight. He was supposed to be, but he's not been very well all week, as you know. So, yeah, his tummy wasn't allowing him to join tonight.
So that should hopefully be my audio fix now.
But it's okay because I talk enough for both of us anyway.
Yes.
Maybe that's the
Or
end.
so he tells me regularly.
Oh, you're doing grand. You're doing grand.
And one latecomer, Craig. Hello, Craig.
Hey,
Craig.
Craig, how you doing, bud?
So it's round about that time, Skint. Shall we get into Liar Liar?
Already getting into the Scottish slang and way of talking, because it's you guys I'm talking to.
Oh.
I'm trying to keep it at bay, but it's a bit hard sometimes.
Trying to hold it back.
We just automatically go into talking to each other normally, don't we? And it's
We've got an American on the show that is always wrong, so good.
that's true.
Posh.
It's all right, Bill. I'll send you a translation later.
And one other latecomer, Liz. Hello, Liz.
What are we doing?
Yeah, we're doing Liar Liar.
Liar, Coil.
Hey,
Liar.
Ian.
Do you want me to run the bumper now?
Go for it, bad.
Liar, liar.
Coil on fire. So,
Coil
Skint,
on fire.
this is a little game you made up, so you may explain it.
Is that us?
Yep.
Okay. This is for you, Gaily. I did tell you this beforehand, so you could
You did.
figure. Gail is going to tell us 2 truths about herself, vaping or non-vaping, doesn't matter, it's up to Gail, and 1 lie, and we have got to guess what the lie is. So
Okay.
Gail, what is your facts. And
Okay, I'm not doing any vaping things because I've covered a lot of my vaping journey and all that on the bitches, and I thought that's too easy, so I'm going to do different things. I'm going to do real life stuff, right? So, my first one, I went to a party one night and I woke up in Switzerland.
Okay.
My second one, I ended up at another party dancing on a table and singing Flower of Scotland with Princess Anne.
Okay.
Jesus.
And my third one, I did a flying fox over the Clyde for charity.
Oh, we can't. James,
That's going to be hard. Well, I think there'd be an obvious choice there.
My bitch knows me. She knows what one's not true.
Tell her, don't say.
Don't say.
The guys in chat, join in and see if you can guess.
See if you can guess.
What one the lie is. And they were all pretty clean, which I'm surprised at.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I thought, you know, I was trying to be on my best behaviour.
Unless there's more to the story with Princess Anne.
Well, there's actually more to the story of the Switzerland and the Flying Fox one, but anyway.
Well, if you think about it, there was this guy I watched on Facebook, and he ended up in London, just on a bus, pushed, so that one's a bit convincible. No, it does not end up...
Alan thinks that 1 and 3 is true, so I woke up in Switzerland and I did the Flying Fox.
Okay.
Princess Anne.
Liz says the same.
Mark says 2 is false.
They all think 2 is false. Quite a lot of them.
Mm.
1 and 2 true, Village. Lol, when he's saying nothing. 2 is false. 2 is false. Interesting, they all think that I didn't dance on a table with Princess Anne singing Flower of Scotland.
It's probably going to be the quiet one, isn't it? It's probably going to be the fox across the Clyde. It's probably going to be that as the lie. What do you think, Levi?
Princess Anne's a bit of a hard one, but Princess, I don't know if Princess Anne's a bit of a party animal. She might have been in her younger days. Don't know what the Queen done.
Maybe she was in Switzerland at the same time, was she?
Bill thinks 4 and 5 are true. Yes, Bill.
Craig
He
said
thinks the
Flying
first one's a lie.
Fox.
Table dancing true. Flying something or other for charity true. Switzerland false.
Oof, that's a big mix, isn't it? Bill is wrong, of course.
Bill is wrong.
I was wrong.
You're always wrong, Bill. Always.
I was wrong.
And Flying Fox is false, says Craig. And I used to know a guy who went to a stag and ended up in...
Those who have watched the bitches for a long time will actually know what is false.
Have you
Because I
put
have
this out there, have you?
stories. I have told some of these stories.
I used to know a guy who went on a stag do and ended up in Botswana.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a place to get to.
Right, go on then. What one do you think's false?
Right, I'm going to say the fox.
Okay. Levi?
Princess Anne, but should we reveal the answer now or wait till about 5-2?
You want to reveal it? We'll reveal it at the end, will we?
Yes, we should reveal at the end.
Liz, what if they're all true? It is Gail. This is true, darling.
You could have
I
done
had to really think about a lie. Jules and I were scratching our head for ages.
that many crazy truths. I don't know. I think it's the fox, but I think we'll leave it till the end. I think we'll go to the end.
We'll leave it to the end. Give everyone a little bit of time
Keep
to
them-
conclude their answers.
Because we might get more people in. So, Gail, tell us a wee bit about yourself, about how you started the bitches and stuff like that. Or how you got into the bitches, because I don't believe you were there from the start, were you?
The bitches initially started 4 years past in February, and I joined in the September. Bunny's the only original bitch that is still in the show. And when I joined, there was a changeover. Obviously, I joined. There was other girls left. The initial show was about it's just about females vaping and everyday vapers and talking about our experience, because I think you'll all agree that the vaping community is very male-led, and there's not an awful lot of us females around that can do this or talk about it or review or anything like that. So we wanted to do something a wee bit different, and I had been vaping. I had been very ill. I've got COPD and asthma and things like that. I've been very ill, and Zan had decided, because the last time I was in the hospital, I used to end up in the hospital about 6 or 7 times a year. And the last time I was in hospital, they said to me, if you don't stop smoking, there's a chance you could die. Your breathing's getting that bad. So while I was in hospital, Zan went and got a vape. Now, we'd initially started vaping in 2009, and we tried, but at the time, the CE4s and all that, they weren't strong enough to keep us off the cigarettes. We were off them maybe 16 weeks, and then we went back to smoke. So while I was in hospital, Zan stopped smoking, because he didn't want me to be tempted when I came back out of the hospital. And then when I came out of the hospital, he went and he got me a set up, because he knows me well enough to know that as soon as I felt better, the first thing I would do was light up a fag and sit outside with my coffee. And that was it. This time, I think I got a big enough fright with how ill I was, and because he had already stopped and was doing it with me. So Zan had been around, and he'd found VUKN and that kind of community, and he'd made friends with a lot of them, and Bunny and all of that. And there was just one night he was in a call with Bunny, and Bunny and I started talking and became friends instantly. We just clicked straight away. And that was how I ended up getting invited onto the Bitches. I was like a rabbit in the headlight. You wouldn't believe it. If you look back at my first couple of shows, I hardly said a word. I was terrified. Yeah, so, and it just went from there. And Bunny and I mean, she's one of my best friends, do you know what I mean? We just clicked, and we've done it all the way through. And we've had other girls that have come and went and all the rest of it. And of course now our lineup's with Jules. So yeah, but I love it. It's great. I mean, we do reviews and that, but we do live reviews, so we do it a wee bit different, as you know. We moved from YouTube to Twitch a while ago.
Why did you do that? Why are you not on YouTube then?
Right, okay, so we were initially always on YouTube with the UKN, which is where the Bitches started. And when we left, we made the decision to leave the UKN and go out on our own. At the time, as there has been now, there was the meeting of all YouTube cracking down on vaping and all this sort of thing. And we'd looked at it, and we'd spoken to Brew and we spoke to Zan, and they'd suggested Twitch as another platform for us, because there's a lot more leeway on Twitch than there is on YouTube as far as vaping's concerned, what you can talk about. And at the time as well, there's also, and there still is, there's a big delay on YouTube sending out notifications for shows starting, whereas with Twitch they're instant. It goes out instantly. So we thought, you know, let's be a bit different, because we're different anyway. We'll go onto Twitch, we'll try it and see what happens. And we like the platform, but although we've still got our YouTube channel, which we upload to, we like the platform of Twitch. It suits us. Although we are going to be starting to do one show a month on our YouTube channel again. But yeah, we just wanted to do something a wee bit different. So yeah.
Scott, I mean, do you find that the viewership is the same on Twitch as it is on YouTube?
Yeah, I mean, we've grown. I mean, if you could see the first show that Bunny and I did on Twitch, her and I were being sick all day. We were terrified. We thought nobody's going to come and watch us. And we were literally physically sick all day, just so worried. But I mean, the people who have watched the Bitches with us from the beginning, they're so loyal and they've supported us all the way through, you know, and they're great. So yeah, we still get new viewers that come in. We get people who won't watch us on Twitch because for whatever reason, you know, it doesn't suit them, and they'll watch the replay on YouTube, which is absolutely fine. I think
people are just used to YouTube, and they're just used to being in YouTube. It's a struggle to get people off what they're used to.
Yeah, and not everybody can. Not everybody can watch Twitch and their tellies or anything. Apparently, there's problems for some people. So, I think the Bitches would have helped a lot if we've been switched to something that looked like a male thing until we came along. Well done. Thank you very much.
You need more women in this the vaping reviewing part.
Yeah, we've always tried. Bunny and I have always tried. You know, and Jules now and we've had Shelley, we've had Kat, we've had Maggie, we've had, you know, there's been quite a few. We've always tried to encourage other females in the vaping community, because we are a minority, you know, and you know, we're just as important, our voice and our opinions matter just as much as the male.
I don't know why, actually, because I think the females actually get a lot more views and subscriptions than the males.
A lot more opinions. I know that much.
Well, Gopi Breaks as well. She's quite big, isn't she? She's big for a lot more reasons than her reviews, isn't she? When it comes to male
I'm
couples.
saying fuck all. For once in my life, I'm going to shut up.
No, I just like her vaping reviews. It's nothing to do with anything else. Because Mrs. Skint may be watching. No, she does quite a good job. So you know what
No,
I mean?
there's been some like American female vape reviewers. You've got Wendy Vapes, you've got Zophie, you've Ruby Roo, you've got Michelle Daldime. You've got quite a lot of like female. Up until last year, we were the only all-female show on YouTube on about vaping. The girls, Michelle Daldime and Ruby Roo and a few of the others have started an all-female show in the States now. But yeah, it's nice to see more females coming in about the community.
Is there actually any, apart from Jules and yourselves, is there any other female reviewers in the UK?
There was Mad Hatter Reviews, who was about for a while. She's not reviewed for quite a while because Real Life Things took over. We also had Purple Lady Vaper, Megan, but she had to give it up because of having young children and things like that. She just didn't have the time. So there are other females that are around. They don't do reviews as such. They might do Instagram stuff and things like that. There's a girl called Adele Rayner, who's very well known amongst a lot of the groups. She does a lot of like photo Instagram type stuff. But as far as actual reviews go, no. As far as I know, we're the only ones that do it. Jules, obviously, she started reviewing and doing her recorded reviews about, I think it's 2 years ago she did it. And then obviously we've been doing the live reviews and things like that. So yeah. We don't tend to get classed as reviewers because we're more casters, because we're so technophobes. And to be perfectly honest, we're fucking lazy. We can't be arsed sitting there fucking recording yourself talking to a camera. Do you know what I mean? You feel like you're going to have your nuts on a lot of fish.
I do about 1 or 2 videos a month, and it's, well, kids and stuff like that, and it's chaos.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it's getting the motivation to do it.
Absolutely. I mean, Zan did it for a while. He was reviewing for a while, and then he gave up. He was like, no,
It's gonna be
not
hard.
for me.
Yeah, I'm 3 reviews a week, and I even after do that nowadays.
You just started though. Give it about a couple of months, and then you'll get.
Oh, a couple of months,
less
I'll be sitting there editing, I'll be just get bored and I end up fucking chucking it, but if anything, that'll go down to 2, but 3 just now is fine, because all I'm really doing is juice, because try to work out the money for hardware nowadays, and it's coming out, what, 2 mods?
The thing is, we have quite a lot of like females in the community. We've got Liz, we've got Pasty, we've got, do you know what I mean? There's my wee darling Emily, and do you know what I mean? There's quite a few well-known females in the community that come into chat and things like that as well, and they always make their opinions known.
Yep.
So yeah.
Proper Coils, congratulations on your 100 subs, bud.
Yeah, Proper Coils, well done, John.
He's doing well with that.
And make sure you use Scottish Vape Show 10 for 10% off.
Yes, we have great code for Mr. Proper Coils.
Yeah,
Are any of you finding it hard now? It's all pods and AIOs and not the old school kits IL, and it bores the fucking living shit out of me.
Yeah, there's nothing.
To be perfectly honest.
There's
I don't actually remember the last time I watched a pod review. When it comes up saying pod,
Bunny's the pod queen, we let her do that. Jules likes a pod as well, but I've got better things to do with my life, I'm sorry.
Pods, the coils, and it just don't last as long for me as even.
You've got the Geek Vape pod, haven't you?
Yep, that's going to the mother, and I'm going to give her something else.
If you get 200 subs on that.
Yeah, whenever that comes, she's getting 20mg of nicotine, free base. She did start off on Twitter, she had like an Aspire Penny like last year when I was trying to get on it. She gave it 5 days and she was like, fuck this.
Yeah, I did put it up in the bitches for people to go and follow you so that we can get her off the fags.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's going to work, to be honest. She's been smoking like 35 years now.
Listen, I've been smoking 32 years and it worked for me.
I'm just going to nick her up a wee bit and see if that works.
How old's your mum?
What am I, 20? 43? 2?
Oh, she's younger than me. Send it to me, I'll fucking sort of it. Send it to me and Bunny and Jules, we'll better fucking sort it.
Yeah.
She likes the exact same juice as me though, like a Heisenberg, so it's just shoving a shitload of nicotine in that and she'll be off. Give her
exactly.
First 4 days.
Listen, it doesn't matter if she dual uses or whatever and she uses it to cut down, it's every fact she doesn't smoke that matters.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna get her off them soon.
I mean, I'm only looking for like 3,000 subs to get my mum off the cigarettes as well.
Yeah. I'm telling you, send it to the bitches.
Hang
We
on,
just don't fucking tell it slapped.
5,000. We'll go with 5,000. I'll take 5,000.
It's the Scottish mammy in us, we can't help it. And Bunny's fucking from Northern Ireland, do you know what I mean? It's like, there's no chance.
My mother's in Ireland. She lives in Ireland, and she smokes about 80 a day. She'll never give up smoke. Never. She's always smoked 80 a day all the days. She'll never give up smoke.
Honestly, I never ever thought I would stop, to be honest. I still miss it. I do still miss it. I lived on coffee and fags.
I still get the odd occasion. I mean, it stinks the majority of it. It stinks. But there's a 10% of the time I might get a whiff of it, and for some reason I like the smell.
There's usually that when it just gets like that first instance, that's the good one, and then everyone after that you're like, fuck off.
Well, it's when but see, two of my boys smoke, and they come in, and it's like, whoa, they smell an ashtray, and it puts me off. Or if they've got a doubt, and I know as soon as they've got a doubt, because that smells even worse, and I'm like, get rid of that doubt, get that out of this house, do you know what I mean? So the smell puts me off, but I still get that pang for, I would just love to sit outside with a coffee and a cigarette.
God, I remember the days when you used to, you'd sit in the car and my mum and dad would smoke in the car, and you're in the back, and it was choked.
Absolutely.
It was like a Jamaican hash house.
Aye. I did it myself.
Aye, so did I.
Yeah, that's how I was brought up, in the back of a car, and now you can smell the smoke.
And now you can't walk past kids in the street if you have a cigarette or something. People give you dirty looks. I see women pushing prams smoking. It's crazy. Sometimes.
Funnily enough, I was we were in Hamilton the day. Zan got a new toy. We went and got a new tailor the day. So we were standing in the queue outside Curry's, social distancing and all this. And this guy in front of us turned round. He was asking me about this jumper. So it's the purge mods, right? So he was asking me about that. And of course I was standing dating this, so of course maybe me and I got his whole life story, and discovered that he smokes cigars. He doesn't really smoke cigarettes, but he smokes cigars, especially when he's having a drink. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you can get some really nice tobacco juice and things like that to stop you smoking cigars. So I've put him on a Les Pickens juice can. And I sent him the link for e-cig1 and all this to get him selling a wee fucking pod or something. But you know what I mean? It was like, got to spread the word.
That's all it takes, isn't it? That's all it takes. I don't know if I've got these today from Jack Rabbits.
What's the profile on them, Andy?
I don't know. I've barely looked at him because he wants. Right, we've got Argon, which is lemon, citrus, and blackcurrant.
Oh, I like that. That's right up my alley.
I don't know if you've seen it. He did a trailer video for it. I don't know if you've seen it. It's really good. It was really good. I've got I don't know how you say that. Xenon. And that is blueberry and pomegranate.
No, I can stick that one. No. Don't fancy that.
And Neon, which is peach, citrus, and grapefruit.
Yes, like the sound of that.
But he sent me. I'll show you.
Anything that's kind of citrus is I like.
I'm too fussy. I just stick with
this, but I don't know if it's going to stick.
Diver rabbit.
You should just keep that now in all your reviews.
How do you do it? Is it like that?
Well, you look like you're at the release. Don't do that.
See if you put it back the way. You look like indoor smoker.
I wear a flat cap. Believe it or not, I wear a flat cap. But that was nice of him.
This look like he can't wear hats either. He looks stupid.
My oldest daughter, she wears the kind of hats. Is it snapback? Yeah, snapback hats. So she'll wear it.
I went through a phase of them when I was about 12, and then I ended up getting balder and balder. So I ended up scouting them.
Levi, you've got a wee slot to do, haven't you, mate?
Oh, wee tech.
Levi's tech, the latest tech from Mr. Levi G here.
Right, let's get it going.
Look, there's no pishy plastic involved in this.
Or pods.
There's 2 pods, right?
Don't believe you dog abuse.
But these are ones that everyone's been expected, so I kind of need to show them.
That's okay. Always know that's the script and we're alright.
And back up to us, so let's get the screen sharing. You need to enable screen sharing, Skint.
How do I do that?
Go into screen sharing, go into the options and allow everyone to screen share.
Multiple, right, go.
Right, there we go.
You were supposed to have all that sussed.
Yeah, so hopefully everyone can see that.
I know it just the dog getting in and out turns my stomach.
I don't know if everyone can see it. Nope, they can't. I fucked it.
For God's sake.
I don't
We
know
can
how-
see it.
You can see it, the screen.
We'll describe it.
Zoom.
We'll do sign language. It's
If you can see it in Zoom, that's fine.
You need to share it through OBS as well. Remember?
Right.
Levi.
Oh, that's so quickly.
on your screen, is it not?
Listen to me talking tech like I know what I'm fucking talking about. But you need to share it through OBS as well.
And source. Oh fuck. I fucked it already.
Does Dan want to join the Scottish Vape Show?
Oh, Dan's playing with his new toy. Oh, no, he's not. He stopped Lexi coming in. They're having problems, tech problems, that one.
This, I've got it, there we go.
There you go, he's got it.
So, this is the Extremizer TCM. It's a top coiler RDA. As you can see in Eastwick 1.
Stream's frozen, hold on. Stream's frozen.
Oh no.
Oh no. Fucked it already.
You've done so well, mate. You've done so well.
I've done so well up until we're screen sharing.
It was going to harm, wasn't it?
Hayden.
Can we see it yet?
No.
No,
No,
we
stream's frozen. Here you go, you can see it now.
Oh, I can see it. That's perfect. Right, Extremizer. It's a top airflow, and there should be tank bit there with the EX for Extremizer. It's got escape on it. It looks like it's an 810 drip tip. So, let's have a look at the pictures for it.
It's a big one, isn't it?
It's a 25mm. It should be the same size as the one I'm using, the Widowmaker. So it's, oh shit, it's
Oh, it's fucking mesh.
yeah, it's
Is
fucking
it?
mesh. I'm sure if you were sneaky enough, you might be able to put a wee, maybe a wee coil in there. You might be able to get one in there.
No, you're talking to the dry hit queen. There's no chance ever in my life I'll ever vape mesh.
So
I got a mesh RDA once, and I got a dry hit from it, and it's
meshed
Hey
it.
Gareth.
Hello. And yep. So let's just look at the specs for it. So it's got a Pyrex glass, top airflow, side filling system, 25mm, so exactly what I thought. And it's stainless steel. So in the box you actually do get O-ring, screwdriver, winding tool, 2 mesh coils. You get a cotton strand. Don't use that cotton. Use something better. Spare parts instruction manual. On to the next one.
Is this new?
Preach it, Dion, preach it.
So, Vic mentioned ages ago and a few other reviewers that Smok would come out with a pod mod that would supply 2 18650s.
Yeah.
And look what we have here. The exact same one mentioned. So, this one does take 2 18650s. Let's see what's in the. Let's see a few images of it. Getting red. Looks a bit pish, to be honest. Looks like it's a sticker more than anything. Yeah, so that's all they're showing you. But we're just going quickly into the
Are you
text.
running a fucking marathon? Slow down for fuck's sake. I know my brain doesn't compute that quick.
Have you got a pod, Gail?
I've got a few pods.
And do you use them?
I used to use the Orion for CBD because I have a CBD for pain. But I've got to admit, the only pod I actually do use is the wee E8, which I love. I think it's a great wee pod, and I use that for Nick salts now.
Oh.
But I've run out of actual pods for it. I need to get pods for it. But yeah. But it's not something I use all the time. It's, I go through phases. Like if I'm vaping zero nick, then I'll have Nick salts in a pod that when I feel I need that nicotine hit, I'll go and use it.
I've got one pod. I've not got one pod. I'm waiting on a pod coming. I won a pod in Vic's show, in the UK Vape Show.
Alright,
The Geek Vape.
nice.
It's still
Well, everybody raves about the boost. It's not one that I've tried, but everybody raves about it.
Yeah, I'm sending the bailiffs in shortly. I said I'd give him a week. That's about a week. I'm still
I'll
not
leave my
got
chair and balloon you.
So,
Take his time.
it's got a new Smok 1600 chipset. Wattage range is between 1 and 60, voltage 0.5 to 8. You probably won't get the 8 with 18650s. Minimum wattage it says is 0.1 to 2.5. Firing speed is really subjective with Smok mods. Screen is 0.96 inches. Charging port, they could at least put a USB Type C on there. Yep, and then your pod, and what's in the box, you get the pods. You get 2 extra pods, 0.4 ohm, and that's a mesh, 0.17 ohm, and that's a conical mesh as well, and all that shite.
Right.
Everybody gives smoke a hard time, but
Here's the thing, right? Just for what it's worth, I don't see the point in having a dual battery pod. If you want something dual battery, then get a dual battery mod and put a mouth to long or a tank or a dripper or whatever on it. What's the difference? Why have a pod with dual batteries? Yeah, it gives you better battery life, but to me it just seems like a waste of fucking time.
exactly.
I'd rather go and get myself a wee mouth to long kit,
What's a waste of time personally, but
because then at least if you outgrow the mouth to long tank or the dripper or whatever, you can swap it. Whereas that you can't. Do you know what I mean? No. Fish. That's my official vote.
get chat back. I cannot see chat. Is that you done with your tech, Levi?
Yep, I'm just doing the transition now, and we're back.
Sorry, pal.
Sorry about that.
There.
My tick is not the best, so that was...
Yeah, that was not bad. That wasn't too bad.
Wasn't bad for the first one. We should actually test that yesterday,
We're
but...
supposed to be in a skint bargain as well, but I've done nothing for it, so we're not doing it.
And I'm not pulling up AliExpress.
Not a chance. Organised this show. So
Yep.
It's going to be a Scottish. That is a Scottish, isn't it? If you thought of the Scottish Vape Show, it was going to be like this, wasn't it? It was always going to be like this.
Just a little bit.
Absolutely, Robbie. For me, it would be a waste of money as well. Absolutely.
What's that for?
To buy a dual battery pod.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
up.
don't see the. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know that there's probably room in the market for it, and there's vapors that it will suit. And if that keeps them off the fags, then good and well. But as a hobbyist, I don't see the point.
No,
No.
rave about that caliber now as well, don't they? It's supposed to be quite good.
It's a great pod. It is a very good pod. I was very impressed with the Caliber.
Is it?
I was also impressed with the Hexa. But they're not ones that I've ever went and bought new pods for.
Mhm.
Correct, sir. How you doing? I
Hey
don't know.
Gareth, how you doing?
The pods to me are just. I think about that was 40 quid for that smoke pod there, and I think I would spend 40 quid on a RT or something like that.
Exactly. Or a wee dual battery mod, you know what I mean? That you can put on the life to long tank on it. It's going to grow with you on your vaping journey. Do you know what I mean?
Definite. I had this theory when I did. I'm going to do a video about it actually. Mrs. Skint smokes. She's a smoker.
Right.
I did vape for a while before, but she's back smoking. And she wants to go back to vaping. And I had this theory. You could pick up this, the topside dual, with a RDA on it.
Mhm.
As a smoker, just starting out,
You could.
and go straight into it.
Yeah.
Rather than working your way up through that smoke shit and all that stuff.
If you start at very, very low wattage and you have a tight airflow system going,
Yep.
then absolutely there's nothing. But then it's all individual. Do you know what I mean? It's everybody's vaping journey is different, and it's what suits. This is the problem with a lot of people who try vaping and they give up because they've not actually found the setup that satisfies that craving for the nicotine
Exactly.
or satisfies that feeling that they get from having a cigarette or a cigar or whatever it may be. You know, so there's a lot of hit and miss and a lot of trial and error, and it costs a fortune when you first start
Yep.
until you find that setup and that juice and that thing that's going to keep you going and satisfy you.
Mhm.
So,
So,
saying Scottish Vape Show, turn the volume down on transition bumper. It's
yeah.
loaded.
I just seen that there. Yeah, it's been turned down
What?
for next week.
Sorry guys.
It's just
But he's
trying.
doing he's doing a great job. You've done well. You've only been doing this work for a few days.
Yeah,
trying to
no,
get
I set
it.
up all the screens the other day, and it was really yesterday. Was just testing everything, so just trial and error at the moment.
You shite kept going live and I'd come and sit down and they'd be fucking going.
It's because I was hitting the live button and he was hitting the private button.
Don't everybody but you in the boys.
And Mick, thank you Mick for helping us out. Mick came in with live as well to try and help us.
Yeah, was it quite a bit.
Do you think there's going to be a Scottish Expo, Gil?
Right, okay, so the guys who were starting the Scottish Expo that was supposed to be on in June, Vic and I had a meeting with the guy who was organising it, and it's a vape distribution company from London that are based in London that were actually hosting it and running it, and they'd never run a vape expo before.
Right.
So Vic and I were trying to kind of guide him and give him a wee bit of advice, because obviously with Vic's experience and just us having been to the expos and things like that, what would work and what wouldn't, and also what's specific to Scotland, you know, because there's things that we like and don't like up here that, you know, is very different, isn't it? It's a very cultural thing. So I'm hoping that it'll come about. I think it would be great for us to have something that's Scotland based rather than us having to always travel down south. And I hope that it will come about, but obviously the COVID has put a scanner on a lot of things for everybody.
How far did the plans go exactly? I mean, did they have a venue?
I'd kill you, but I'd have to kill you.
But did they have a venue in that? Was it close?
Yeah, no, it was all booked for the SEC.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and they had some stalls and that, and distributors and suppliers and companies that all signed up for it. And I had been the cheeky bitch that I am and spoke to him about getting press passes for all the reviewers and casters in the community and stuff, you know, that way, and we would work with them and promote it. So yeah, I mean, it was getting there, but I think it was a case of, the guy Richard that was organising it had been kind of thrown in at the deep end on his own and was kind of a bit like the rabbit in the headlights, do you know what I mean? And I think after we spoke to him, he had a better idea of what was kind of needed. They'd originally mooted having it in February, but that didn't give them enough time to actually organise it the way they wanted to do it, which was why it was then moved to June. So fingers crossed, touch wood. I hope they do actually come back and do something with it, because I think it would be great. Because I mean, a few years ago they tried one in Scotland and it failed. Now you're talking about 5-6 years ago. Yeah.
What happened? Why did it fail then?
There just wasn't the interest in it. I mean, we know, do you know what I mean, living up here, that if you have something in Edinburgh, you have something in Glasgow, a lot of vapers, I mean, like you, Andy, up there, do you know what I mean? You're a 2.5-3 hour drive to get down.
I know.
To do that, you know, I mean, Scotland is a massive country. It's not a wee blip on the, you know, and we don't have a massive population, we've got a massive area, so...
It's not just that. You need to go from here to the expo in Glasgow. It's a long big amount of time, but the roads are shit. The roads are all single track and stuff like that. I mean, no single track, but you know what I mean. They're not dual carriageway. They're not motorway like they are in England.
Yeah.
So if they hold an expo in Birmingham, just about whole England has got a motorway not far from them that will just.
That's it. I mean, Zan and I always go to the expo in Birmingham, and we're what, 5 hours, 5.5 hours down, you know, from Glasgow. So, I mean, you think it's near enough that for you coming from Inverness to Glasgow?
Crazy, yeah. They're upgrading it, which will be good, but it's going to take...
I do hope. I mean, I've organised Glasgow meets for a number of years. We've been doing our wee Glasgow meets for a number of years now, which we do with Sully, that owns Vaporize in Victoria Road.
Yep.
And Sully's great. It's a great shop. If you've not been, go, right? Because he's a real member of the community as well, Sully. Do you know what I mean? If people, he pulls people in off the street and he'll give them all sorts, do you know what I mean, just to get them off the fags. That's the kind of guy he is, you know, he's a scream. So, and he's been a great support to us, you know, we have our meets and that there, which have gradually and organically grown. I mean, the last one that we had, I organised, I think it was August was it August, Bunny? It was August last year. We had about 50 people at it. It turned out a really good meet, so I'm planning on getting them going again as soon as we possibly can as well. I spoke to Sully, so I just need to get a date and obviously see what Nicola Sturgeon is going to decide we can and we can't do up here with the lockdown.
There's alcohol involved in the meets as well, aren't there?
Oh,
I think I heard the Scots Review.
Yeah, it's a bring your own bottle, right? What we do is, see the first ever vape meet expo that we went to, right, down in Birmingham. I've always been a bit of a baker, right? It's always something I've done. And I'm a mammy, right? So I thought, I'm going to make some stuff because it's really expensive in the expo to buy food. Do you know that way? So I thought, I'm going to do some baking and get some stuff so that if people get hungry during the day and they can't afford to buy food, there's stuff there for everybody to kind of share. Do you know what I mean? So that was how I started with making the scones and all that. So this is where this all came from, right? So when we started the Glasgow meets, it got to the point where people were putting in orders for scones, right? So What we do is I do a load of baking and we take it. Sully gets like munchies and stuff. Jules and Stevie usually eat stuff, and we put a wee stupid nibbles and buffet thing on, and it's a bring your own bottle. But the last one that Kieran came to, Scots Review, they didn't realise it was a bring your own bottle. They thought the drink was free as well.
Right.
And they drank Chris Empires and Jules Vapes cracking and were fucking steaming. They were literally sliding down the window outside the shop like that. It was a great day, we had a brilliant day.
Good stuff. What, bro, how you doing, sir?
Hi, my darling.
I seen Pud's video on it as well, and it looked very good as well.
Yeah, we always have a great day, and there's... I initially started them as a way because not everybody... It's a very, very expensive hobby, right? And it's an expensive time if you want to go to Expo in Birmingham. I mean, for Zan and I going, you're talking about £1,000 for the weekend, right? It's not cheap. And not everybody can afford that. So I thought by doing this, it's a way of getting people up here who can't afford to get the Expo experience, get to meet the people who are a part of the community and get to meet his lordship and all that pish, do you know what I mean? So
Have they talked about the Expos yet?
Right. So that was how I started it. So we do that, and then those of us that are really close friends or whatever, we sometimes go into town after. We go into Glasgow after and go for a meal out and a few drinks and whatever. And yeah, so it's good.
Yeah, we'll need to do we've got another wee feature to go, haven't we? What are we doing? Quickfire questions.
Yep.
Right, okay.
We've got to finish in time because Mr. Flatcap and the gang are on after us.
Yep.
Okay.
Bumper
Go
rolling. And we're back.
Right, Gail. This is a quickfire questions. Basically, you can say yes or no, and that's it. Nothing else. And you must give us a yes or a no, no matter what.
Right, okay.
Whether you explain your answer or not is up to you. So I'm going to fire these questions to you, which I have written down. Do you secretly wish... Some of these were suggested, by the way, by other people, including my oldest daughter. Do you secretly wish Vic would grow his hair, put on some lippy and join the bitches?
It's already a bitch, he comes on with us all the time, but I don't... Vic with hair and lippy, that's disturbing, no.
You never know. Have you...
We did try to get him to get his ears pierced. We made the appointment, Gwen and I had him all geared up that we were going to get his ears pierced.
Get the eyebrow pierced, the nose pierced.
And then next is a tattoo for Vic as well.
I won't do it.
Have you seen Nessie?
Have.
Do you want to explain that now?
No.
Great, right. Are Scottish Vape reviewers the best reviewers?
No.
Okay.
We're the most intelligent and we're the most gorgeous, and you know we have the best opinions, but we're not necessarily always the best.
We're a bit stubborn as well.
You'll always get the truth first.
We say it how it is.
Yeah.
I think we can be blunt, shall we say?
If it's pish, it's pish. That's it.
That says pardon? We're not. Is Kentucky Bill always wrong?
Of course. Except when he's talking about golf. He knows his shit with golf. I'll give him that.
I had questions for Vic here, but he's not here, so can I ask you?
Ask me them, I'll tell you the answer for Vic.
Do you regret working with EH Pro?
Yes. I know. But we'd probably say yes.
You ever had a battery or mod blow up?
I've not. I know that Vic. I know of one instance that Vic nearly did, but I don't know whether it happened. It was a lipo pack it was a mod that he was gifted by somebody, and the lipo pack expanded and nearly kind of exploded and things, and he had to get the new lipo pack replaced. But I don't know if he's actually had a battery event or anything on him.
I've never. Have you ever had that, Levi?
No, I've never bought a lipo pack.
No, a battery or a mod explode or anything like that?
No, all my mods have been pretty solid so far. None of them have been...
I don't give them a chance. I lose patience and throw them at the window before it gets to that point.
Are you the best bitch?
No.
Oh,
No,
yes, as well.
definitely not. We're all good for certain things in our own way.
Did Mick submit that question? Have you ever lied about your age?
Nah, I'm at an age I don't give a fuck.
Ever means your whole life.
Nope.
No.
Never.
Do mechs scare you?
They used to, but I now own a mech. It took me 4 years, but I now own one.
Do you like it?
I do like it. It's not something I use very often, though. I've got to admit, it's not that I don't have the knowledge, because I have the knowledge and I'm going to do it safely now. But for those that know me, you know I'm a bit of a ditz. So in that, my concentration and with my health issues, I get brain fog and things like that. So I was always worried that I wouldn't be totally on the ball with it, you know, and making sure that something would slip my mind. Whereas Jay's Vape Reviews sent me my first ever mech last year, and I use that now. So I do like it. When Zan's got a mech on the go, I usually try and steal that and get a wee vape, because I like the power of a mech.
I've not tried one. I've yet to try one. I always thought they would.
It's like night and day.
A lot of work.
A mech from a regulated device is like night and day.
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You try it, and I'm a Skint Vaper.
If you're gonna get a mech, then you have to go for the Claymore, which is made by Sorcerer Mods, they're chemical SP based in Glasgow.
Seems expensive.
Well, yeah, but they're worth it. They're absolutely worth it. Zan's got one there which is totally patina to hell right now, but it's the best mech ever.
Need to steal one, I think. Is it a good idea to start a vape channel just now?
Depends.
I can answer that one.
I'm going to be very, very brutally honest here, right? Because that's just who I am. Okay, so I think as far as the vaping reviewers and all the rest of it scene goes, it's totally saturated now compared to what it was a few years ago. So I think if you're starting something up, you have to find some sort of niche, something that's a wee bit different. You have to look at ways of making yourself stand out and be a wee bit more interesting, not do the standard kind of format of a show or a review, you know, to make yourself stand out, because there's so many people out there that, you know, people can choose to watch. I think that's the only way that, you know, you could actually, I mean, you will grow a channel, providing you're good enough. I mean, if you're not good, nobody's going to watch it. You know what I mean? That's just the plain and simple fact of it. But if you put the effort and you put the time and the work in, and you find that niche that's just right for you, then yeah, it'll grow, and it'll grow organically. If you have the right support of the community as well.
YouTube doesn't help either these days, the way it's
going. It doesn't. I think YouTube's very hard, you know, and the vaping community's fickle, you know. It is fickle, you know. It's very people like you one minute and they don't the next. Do you know what I mean? And it's all a lot. If you ask me, but however, it's worth it. And at the end of the day, it's like we've always said as the bitches, we love what we do. We just took a big break because we had been doing it for 4 years and we were exhausted. But we love what we do, and we've always said that the day that we don't enjoy it, we won't do it anymore. You know. And we still love what we do. I know Jules still loves what she does. It's just real life has to come first, as it should. But yeah, it's a great thing, and it's a great hobby, and it's a great community. I've made some of the best friends of my life in this vaping community.
It's a very friendly community, I'll tell you. When I started, Flatcap was the very first person.
He's a big guy, I say wee guy, he's 6'5".
Yeah.
I'm shocked at that, because on camera, he looks tiny. He looks tiny. I couldn't figure.
I keep telling him you're a perfect height for a punch to the boss, guys.
Well, it'll be the head.
He's lovely.
Yeah.
Gaz is one of the most genuine guys you'll meet.
Aye, he was the very first reviewer that ever spoke to me. And
but there is, I mean, it is a wonderful community, and you'll meet real true friends in the community, you know. And like for a lot of us who have been in the community for a long time, we go to the expos, but we don't actually go for the expos anymore. We go for the social get-together of meeting our friends and spending time with each other. You know, that's why we get involved.
Liz, you are very friendly. You used to be. Liz was very friendly in chat when I started as well.
Liz is my vegan. Liz is my wee special one. She's a wee star.
That's another thing. Without reviewing in chat, even the people in chat are amazing, very friendly and very welcoming.
Yeah, it's like Bunny says. I mean, you know, vaping. We have a vaping family, and it's the family that we've chosen, not the one that we've been landed with. You know.
I think we're going to have to. It's what 4
Right.
minutes. So I think we're going to have to ask you, Gail, to
Okay.
reveal your answer. What was the?
So the three things were, the first one was I went to a party one night and woke up in Switzerland. The second one was that I was at another night out and I was dancing on a table with Princess Anne singing Flower of Scotland. And the third one was that I did this for charity, a flying fox over the Clyde. And the lie was...
One of these is a lie, so...
The lie was I did a flying fox over the Clyde.
Yeah.
Princess Anne. Princess Anne, the party animal now.
She was. At the time, I worked for the NAFI, the Navy and Army Air Force Institute, and I was based at Hyde Park Barracks in London with the Household Cavalry. And at the time, my boyfriend was an officer, and I was invited as his partner to go to the Queen's Summer Ball in Hyde Park, which was all hoity-toity and all the rest of it. Anyway, ended up at that, and Princess Anne is one of the most down-to-earth people that you will ever meet. But for those that don't know, I was also a rugby player, and I played rugby for Scotland.
Oh.
And Princess Anne is the head of Scottish rugby. So her and I got talking and ended up singing Flower of Scotland for all the rugby players in there.
That was a cracker, our first one, I'll tell you. That was I don't know how the other guests are going to compare to that. That was it.
In Switzerland, I did genuinely wake up in Switzerland.
That can happen.
What a fantastic life you have led, Gail.
Well, yeah, I've got a lot of memories to look back on now because my health keeps me kind of housebound. I've got a lot of good memories to have a laugh about.
I need to get out now.
I think we're going to start wrapping up because Saturday night Vaporweight is on after this, guys, so get over there and watch that fantastic show with Mr. Puffs, Matty and Flatcap.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Have they got a guest on tonight?
We have, we've got Little Bro on.
Little Bro's on tonight.
Oh, I've got a Little Bro next week.
I'm going to start by saying thank you very much, Gail. You're a superstar.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on. I really, really appreciate the offer. It's great.
That small man called Vic that nobody knows of, get well soon, sir. We'll have you on eventually. No, you've been great, Gail. It's been brilliant.
Thank you so much for having me, guys, and I really do wish you both all the luck in the world with the show, and you know, it being based around Scotland and the Scottish culture and everything. Here anytime you need help.
Excellent. We'll have you back on. We'd like to get all the bitches on at one time as well.
Oh, aye, now you're talking. We'll take your cherry. Keep it light. The bitches like taking cherries.
I think my cherry is well and truly.
Before I go though, there is a question that every bitch asks that we have to know. Right?
Yep.
Is it 70s porn star or is it Manscaped?
It's porn star.
Manscaped.
There we go. See? There you go, Bunny. Jules, we know now.
Yeah. No, you cannot get a picture.
No, I wasn't going that far. Sam would have a fucking fit. Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. I wish you both all the luck in the world.
You've been brilliant. Levi, sir, thank you very much, sir. You've done a grand job, by the way, with the tech.
No problem. I'll try it a little bit better next time. So
you've been blowing these people's ears off with the bumpers, I think. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there eventually.
We'll get there. It's a learning curve.
Let's not meet, it's OBS. Let's do what it wants. But anyway, I would like to also say a big thank you to Gail for coming on.
Thank you, buddy.
And I'd hope Mr. Vic would get well soon so he can come on and experience the Scottish show. And thanks to everyone in chat as well for coming in tonight. And thanks to the mods as well for keeping the chat nice and flowing.
Good support, guys. Thank you very much for coming in. It's been brilliant.
Gail, would you like to say anything?
Just thank you so much, everybody. And as always, everybody in chat's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? I love everyone that comes in and supports and all the rest of it. So thank you so much. And I do genuinely wish you all the luck in the world. We will get you on the bitches at some point as well. So, yeah.
I'm more scared of the bitches than I am mechs.
A lot of people have said that, funnily enough, Andy.
It's terrifying to go in the bitches.
We're gentle.
It'd be fun.
Easy in.
I'd do it in case I'm too scared you beat me up if I refuse. So.
No, not at all. That's all just pretending, really.
Well, guys, we'll sign off and we'll head over to the other show.
Yes.
Saturday night Vaporweight. Thank you
very
very
much.
much.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks, guys.